Forget all about Rege-Jean Page. Is Jenna Ortega in Season 3 of Bridgerton? Rumor has it that she is. There's a theory suggesting Season 3 will start off with a time jump. There's one suggesting Kate and Antony's marriage is no longer a happy one. With no further ado, here are all Bridgerton Season 3 theories, so crazy they might be true. Enjoy the video and the spoilers. Let's start off with the much-needed time jump, shall we? If you're anything like me, you are still obsessing over Season 2 of the Netflix hit period drama series. The second installment dropped on Netflix in the spring of 2022, and shortly after the release, fans were quick to come up with various theories regarding the character's future. Apparently, more and more viewers believe that Season 3 will start with a time jump. Even though this sounds like a crazy theory, it is quite reliable. Now, before we get into more details, you need to know that the next installment of the series will focus on the romance between Penelope Featherington, played by the beautiful and talented Nicola Coughlan, and Colin Bridgerton, portrayed by the fan favorite Luke Newton. Back when this was announced, fans were confused because their romance takes place in the fourth book of the series, titled Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. Since the show no longer follows the book series in its original order, we should expect more changes in the future. Showbiz cheat sheet writer Aramid Tinubu decided to write an article saying there are a lot of things that support the theory of Season 3 starting off with a major time jump. This seems necessary because of how the story of Penelope and Colin develops in the source material. Quote, "Though Colin and Penelope will finally get their romance, there will have to be a major time jump to make things appear realistic," Tinubu wrote, because, if you remember, Colin told his friends that he would never dream of courting Penelope Featherington. This happened in the final episode of Season 2. In the book series, the couple is romantically linked when Penelope matures, and since she was much younger than Colin in Season 2, the show would have to use a time jump in order for them to finally get together. This theory makes perfect sense. Don't you guys think so? There are other theories suggesting Penelope and Colin's story would be prolonged, and that they won't get a happily ever after at the end of Season 3. Now, if I had to choose, I'd probably go with a time jump, because prolonging the story might steal the focus off the next Bridgerton siblings. What do you guys think is the better option here? Another theory suggests that Daphne and Simon will have another baby. Are we talking about a different version of the Duke? Well, that's certainly better than killing off the character and leaving Daphne alone. The final episode of the first installment, titled After the Rain, features Simon and Daphne welcoming their first child, a baby boy. Daphne reveals the baby's name in Season 2, Augie. Well, anyway, fans who've read the books know that Simon and Daphne eventually have 5 children. Their first child is a girl, Amelia, followed by daughters Belinda and Caroline, and boys David and Edward Hastings. If actor Page doesn't return for the next episodes, his character will have to go through a recast, or, worst case scenario, Simon could be killed off. Page confirmed that he has no plans of returning, so yeah, recast seems necessary, because it makes zero sense seeing Daphne alone again. Who do you guys think is a suitable actor for the role of the Duke of Hastings? Let us know before we get into details regarding Sophie and her story. Per a report by Netflix, you need to smash that like button if you haven't done it already. Okay, seriously. If Netflix followed the original order of the books, the next season would have focused on Benedict Bridgerton and his quest for love. Quin's An Offer from a Gentleman is a similar story to Cinderella. Those who have read the novel know that Sophie Beckett plays an essential part in Benedict's story. She is the daughter of the Earl of Penwood. Sophie has a good life until the Earl marries the new Countess, Araminta, who hates Sophie. Her daughters, Posy and Rosamond, are practically a representation of Lady Tremaine's daughters in Cinderella. When Sophie's father passes away, Sophie's life turns into a living hell. In the first part of the novel, Sophie runs away to a ball, a Bridgerton ball. Imagine how great this storyline would be on our small screens. Anyway, she meets Benedict at this ball and runs away from him at midnight. Benedict then spends years looking for Sophie, not able to find her. He feels depressed and is unable to find a partner with whom he'll spend the rest of his life. Part 2 happens 3 years later. This time, he meets Sophie as a servant. he has no idea that she's the girl from the bowl, and since Sophie is a servant, Benedict finds it unsuitable to marry her. So he proposes she becomes his mistress. There's a big problem with this storyline, because Benedict is a fan-favorite character, and the creators of the series don't want him to lose that status. Benedict doesn't see Sophie as an equal until she's revealed to be a duke's daughter. There's one theory suggesting Sophie's story would be alerted in Netflix's adaptation, and this theory makes a lot of sense. We don't think Netflix would make Benedict an asshole, do you? But what about Queen Charlotte flashbacks and her spin-off? Queen Charlotte is, without a doubt, one of the most beloved characters in the series, which is why she's getting her own spin-off. In Season 2, fans were given more background on her husband, King George. We knew he would be involved in a heartbreaking storyline, but Season 3 is expected to dive deeper into their past, with Charlotte having flashbacks to her early years. This would serve as a great plot base for the much-awaited spin-off. Another theory suggests we'll see more of Francesca. We have to, right? It's time for Francesca to be given a proper introduction. Hannah Dodd, known for Anatomy of a Scandal, has joined the Season 3 cast of Bridgerton in a recasting. She got the role following Ruby Stokes' departure. Francesca's story is featured in the book When He Was Wicked, and those who have read the book know just how amazing the story is. In it, Francesca finds a husband sooner than her siblings, but becomes a young widow who slowly falls for her husband's best friend. We still don't know whether Netflix will stay loyal to this book, but we sure wish they do. The previous installments featured short cameos of this Bridgerton sibling, and Season 3 is set to give a proper portrayal of her. The actress who played Francesca wasn't able to make more appearances in the second installment due to scheduling conflicts. But now that another actress is set to play the part, we believe she will completely focus and appear in more episodes. The guys from Maybe Far Away decided to share their hopes for the upcoming installment, saying they really need more Francesca because they think there's so much potential to begin her story in interesting ways next season. From what I read, it sounds like the showrunners are hopeful they can make Francesca more of a character in Season 3, which is really exciting, and we totally agree. Do you? Okay, but what about Kate and Anthony? Are they coming back? Is everything okay between these two? We sure hope so. We left them on a good note, but there are some theories suggesting they will face new struggles. Fans of the series certainly want to see more scenes of Kate and Anthony's relationship. Luckily, Simone Ashley, the actress who plays Kate, has confirmed they'll be back. One thing most fans were afraid of was that Kate and Anthony would be given the same treatment as Daphne and the Duke. But no, Simone confirmed that both of them would be present, and their marriage will be explored further in the next season. We also know that you need to smash that subscribe button and notification bell so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. Oh, goodness no. Jonathan Bailey said Kate and Anthony intend to be at every wedding. See you in the next video.